Right, so I just thought I'd put this video together very quickly for those people who are afraid to just start, right? Because I know starting is one of the scariest things for a lot of you guys. Starting something new, starting a mentorship, starting a new team, starting a new job, right? It's always gonna be the most daunting part of your experience and of your journey, right? And that's just totally normal, right? 6 months ago, I was in the exact same situation as you, right? I was about to invest in my first ever mentor. Right? I barely had any money to my name, right? And the price was around 5K at the time. I didn't have 5K. I barely had a K to my name at that time. I barely had £500 actually, right? But because I was so motivated and I was so eager to start and change my life, and not just change my life, but help change others and the ones I love as well, completely it pushed me, right? Simple as that. It pushed me. And I remember the day I did it, right? And I don't take any of it back, right? I had £350 to my name at the time. And the guy I was going to go with said, look, we'll do £500 to get you going and we'll do that monthly. And because he believed in me, because he knew I could make the change and make that money back, I did, right? And I took that first step and it made me a better and stronger person, right? I wouldn't be where I am today, right? It doesn't look like anything, but right now I'm in a crazy looking studio, right? With some other crazy entrepreneurs also doing very well for themselves, right? And I wouldn't be in the situation I'm today financially if I didn't take that first step, right? I had to ask my mum for 150 quid just so I could pay for that first month of that mentorship. And 2 days later, before 9:30 a.m. on a Monday morning, I doubled what I just made, right? That's when I was like, God damn, it actually works, right? And everyone's journey is different, but it does work, right? You have to take that first step. And at the time, I generally was like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But I knew I had to, and I knew once I did it, it will give me that push. It will give me that drive to move forward, right? And that's what I did. And from there, that first day, my life completely changed. That's when my mindset flipped, and it was like, damn, this actually does work, right? And from there on, it was just gone up from there. Obviously, I've had my ups and downs, but because I took that first step, because I got past the first barrier, the rest of the barriers were easy. It was just learning and keep adding to what I already know, right? And from there, my journey just became, not, I wouldn't say simpler, but it became easier because I wasn't afraid to invest in myself, right? I've spent almost it's 6 months into my business journey. I've almost spent over 20K on myself, right? Purely into my health, my fitness, and my mind and my knowledge, right? And a lot of people out there do have a better physique than me. You guys, there's a lot of guys out there who've got a crazy physique. I've seen them for myself, but they're too afraid to take that first step, right? And I'm probably making more than them with my physique. I'm not saying that to flex, but if you've got a good physique, you can monetize it. Or it's not even about a good physique. If you've got the knowledge to help people, if you've got a skill, let's say you can trade or you know how to resell, right? You can teach people that and charge them a high end product, right? And look, you guys can figure out by yourself, but I did that for 2 months and probably made £500 in 2 months by myself, which, all right, cool, £500. I made something. But soon as I got the right step-by-step guide and I invested in myself, my first 30 days, I made 6.8K. 6.8K, I'm thinking, what? I'm looking a month ago, I could barely make £500. Now I'm making 6.8K purely because I now know the know-how, right? I don't know everything because I just learned. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I know guys who've been doing it for a while and they figured it all out by themselves, but that's 6 or 7 years down the line, right? By investing in a mentor, it's not just going to help you make more money, but it's going to save you time, right? And time is one thing you cannot get back, right? If you can maximize and spend less time doing the things that don't matter as much, then you're gonna go up here a lot quicker than most people, right? That's why you see these 16, 17, 18-year-old guys online driving around in your suit in your dream car, and you're 20 years old or 30, right? That's why, because they took that risk, right? They invested in themselves, and by investing in themselves, they saved tens of years, right, on just figuring things out by themselves because they got a mentor, because they got someone who's higher up who taught them, right? And I'm not saying you need to invest in a mentor, but find someone who's there where you want to be, and then ask them, how do I do what you do? Right? And there are a lot of people out there who will help you for free. But if you want the most out of it, if you want a proper mentorship, someone who can guarantee you, like my stuff, can guarantee you'll make 5 to 10K in the next 6 months, then do it. Right? And I know guys who help people for free here and there, and look, I do as well, right? I've helped hundreds of people for free, right? But the people who've actually invested in themselves are the ones who are the most serious and took the action straight away, right? You can't expect things to just fall in place without taking action. If you want to get anywhere in life, if that's a sport, if you want to be a professional footballer, if you want to be a professional basketball player, if you want to be the CEO of a company, if you want to take your business to 10 to 20 to 30 to 50 to 100K a month, you have to take action. You can't expect things to just fall into place for you when you're doing nothing. That's just not how life works, right? Life is not just going to give you stuff, right, just because you've been a good boy, right? It's just not how life works. Life's cruel. I'll be totally honest. I've learned it from a young age, playing professional football and basically getting told I'm not good enough by multiple different teams from a very young age, and that's what drove me, right? Everyone's got their different goals, right? If it's for your family, for your friends, or just for you, right? You need something to push you, and you need to have that drive, because in the end of the day, the people who make it are the ones who want it bad enough, right? If you don't want it bad enough, then you probably won't make it. I'm just going to say it blunt and straight up as that. But if you want it enough, you can get it. So look, if this is something you want to do, if you want to change your life and generally retire your family or make enough money to live a comfortable life, let's say 10K a month, right? At any age, right? And with fitness coaching as well, you don't need a qualification. It definitely helps. I recommend you get one, but if you've got a few years of knowledge on how to build a good physique, what to eat, what not to eat, what to stay away from, how to do the exercise in the gym, you can teach that. Right? So if you're interested in building a business that's sustainable, something that will take your life to the next level, then DM me on Instagram, right? 3TM on Instagram, or I'll have a little link in my description of this video where you can go through all of that. There'll be some free info there that you can watch. But look, generally, at the end of the day, if we jump on a call together, I want to make sure you are confident that you can change your life. And I know you can, but are you, right? That's the real goal here, because I know what I can do will 100% change your life, right? Even if it's the mindset, the community I give you access to, the people I know, right? Because at the end of the day, your network is your net worth, right? My bank balance has gone from here to here in the last 6 months purely because I've met the right people and I've got the right advice, right? 6 months ago, I was broke. Now, in 3 months, from 3 months when I first started, I hit my first 10K month. Now I'm doing 10K weeks. That was six months ago. So things can change crazy. Like, it's so quickly that things can change, right? And that's what you guys got to realize is your life can generally change overnight, right? But you've got to put the work in and work smart at the same time. So if you want to change, DM me 3TM on Instagram, reach out to me there, or just go to the link in my description of this YouTube video. And look, hopefully we'll get your journey started, and I wish you all the best. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on the call as well, because your life's going to change and I'm excited for you. So trust the timing, and I'll see you there.